All right, welcome to the course Business Plan for Small Businesses. Business Plan for Small Businesses. All right, so if you are here, I'm sure that you want to start a business, or you want to teach business, or you want to learn something more. All right, so let me begin by introducing myself. All right, my name is Dr. Mark Winner. And then I'm the founder of the Human Research Training Group, Research and Training Group. I'm also a certified life and success coach. Okay, I hold a PhD in educational management, and I have diploma in operation management, certificate in marketing, and I am a research director. Alright, so the little knowledge I have in doing business, I want to share with you. The photos here, these photos were from Thailand. Some of the trainings I conducted for universities in Thailand. Alright, so I hope you learn something from this course or this lecture. Alright, so let's begin by looking at our course outline. So we'll begin with the introduction, and then we'll move on to the course requirements. Okay, after that we'll look at section 1, which talks about the ultimate success formula. And then section 2 will talk about writing the executive summary of the business plan. Section 3 will look at the overview and the objectives of the business. And then section 4 will deal with the products and services. Section 5 will talk about the marketing plan. Section 6 will talk about the competitive analysis. Alright, when we are done, we'll move to section 7, which will deal with the operational plan. And then section 8 will talk about management and organization of the business. After that, we'll move on to the startup, expenses, and capitalization. And the last but not the least, we'll talk about financial analysis. Alright, so starting a business is something which is very, very important. Maybe you want to look for a capital for your business. You will need to do really a good business plan. Or you are looking for a partner, you need to have a good business plan. If you have a good business plan, you can always find a partner, or you can find an investor for your business. The truth is that there is a lot of money out there. People have money, they really want to invest the money. But the question is, can you be trusted? Is your business plan workable? Can your business plan really work well? Okay, so these are some of the things that need to be considered. Alright, so let's begin with the course requirement. Alright, so we have just 3 requirements. The first one is the hard to learn, and then the next one is wanting to start a small business. If you want to start a small business, then this is good for you. And then the last requirement is you want to teach these lessons you are going to learn. You want to teach the lessons you are going to learn. So these are the basic requirements for this course. So we'll begin right away with the introduction. So over here we read why 90% of startup businesses fail. So it's documented that 90% of all new businesses collapse. Why is it like that? As a matter of fact, beginning something, if you have knowledge about the thing that makes or that could make what you are doing fail, it's very important because it's going to help you to avoid the pitfalls. Okay, so if you know the dangers along the way, as you do your business, you do everything you can not to repeat the same mistakes that other businesses have committed, and then those mistakes brought their failure. Okay, so let's go right away into some of the reasons why 90% of businesses fail. So number one is no clear direction or vision. No clear direction or vision. So if you want to start a small business or a medium-sized business, it is important you have a clear direction, a clear vision. All right, so the question is, what will your business look like in the next 1 year, in the next 2 years, in the next 3 years or 5 years? How is your business going to look like? So as you begin, you need to have a clear mental picture, a clear written down facts about what you want your business to look like. So let's assume that you want to start a small bakery. Okay, the question is, after 6 months of doing the business, how is your bakery going to look like? How is it going to look like? Okay, how many sales will you make? Alright, how many centers will you have? How many partners will you have? Okay, so you need to have a clear picture written down, direction or vision for your business. So you have your 3-month vision, you have 6-month vision, you have 1 year vision, you have 3 years vision, 5 years vision. It's very, very important, because the vision is what is going to keep you on direction. That will really help you to stick to what you are doing. All right, so if you are looking for something and you don't have a clear mental picture of that thing in your mind, it's very difficult to look for the thing. Or even when you find that thing, you might not know that this is what I'm looking for. Why? Because you don't really have a clear mental picture of what you are looking for. So number one, again, you need a clear vision for your business or a clear direction. All right, so let's go to number two. Let me see, did I make a mistake? Okay, that is it. So number two, I wrote here number three instead of number two. All right, no focus on customers. All right, so the question is, what exact problem is your business going to solve for customers? Of a truth, successful businesses are built around a problem. Successful businesses are built around a problem. Okay, so if you really want your business to work, understand this, that you need to build the business around a problem. So the business need to solve something. What is your business going to solve? Okay, so if your business is not going to solve anything, then people might not patronize your business. So you have your customers in mind. Your customers in mind. You know their problem. You know the problem of the customer. And then, so what you do is you build a business to solve the problem of the customer. So the more problems you solve, the more successful you are going to be in the business. Okay, so the more problems you solve, the more successful you are going to be in the business. So it's very important to build the business focusing on your customer. Build a business focusing on your customer. And the next one is lack of focus. Lack of focus. So over here we read your ability to stay on track. Your ability to stay on track. Okay, and then gear all your efforts in one direction will determine how fast you succeed. Yeah, so it's very important. According to Tony Robbins, he said, where focus goes, energy flows. So, if you want to run a bakery business, then focus only on bakery. So you are not going to do cookies and candies and anything like that, because your focus is bakery, bread, pastries. So that is it. So if you don't really stay on track, you are going to fail. Maybe as you started, you saw somebody who was doing some other thing, and it seemed like you like that thing that person is doing. So you decide to add that thing to your business. Okay, you are going to get distracted. So you need to stay on track. Stay on track. Stay on track. Yeah, according to Bill Gates, he said if you want to be a software company, then be a software company. You have to stay on track. Focus. Be on track, focus. Okay, if you are not going to stay on track, then your business is not going to work. Now, next one, being a jack of all trades. Jack of all trades. Okay, so you don't have to be a jack of all trades. As you can see in this photo, okay, one person is carrying the planting material, and another person is doing the planting. So if you want to carry the materials and you want to plant at the same time, it might be difficult. Okay, so teamwork makes the dream work. Okay, and then teams build great companies, not individuals. So as you start, you may start alone, but understand that you don't have all the ideas that you need to make your business successful. You don't have all the ideas. So you need to build a team of minds, okay? Initially, it might not be a team of people who are showing up physically, but you need to build a team of minds. People that you could go to. So you need to write down the names of all these people. These people are going to be your team. They will be your team. And then if ever you are lacking ideas in some particular area, okay, you just have to go to them and talk to them. And then they will guide you, they will give you ideas and suggestions on what you need to do in order to make your business successful. Now, number 6, lack of motivation, commitment, and passion. Okay, so lack of motivation, commitment, and passion. According to Jim Rohn, motivation will get you started, but commitment will get you going. So you need motivation to begin. You need motivation to begin. But understand, it is only for the beginning. After you have started, you are going to need commitment to keep you going. You are going to need commitment to keep you going. Alright, so if you don't really get committed, then you are not going to be successful. So again, motivation will keep you going. Okay, motivation will keep you going. But commitment, motivation will get you started, but commitment will keep you going. And your passion is going to be your driving force. Your passion is what is going to drive you. So you need motivation to start, you need commitment to get you going, and you need passion to drive you. Alright, so commitment has to do with uh, doing it because you know it has to be done. Okay, whether you feel at it or not. So you don't wake up one morning thinking, oh, today I am not really feeling good, so I cannot go to work. No, you are going to do it because you are a committed person. All right, so you need to commit to the business. If you are not going to commit, then you are going to fail. If you are not going to commit, you are going to fail. All right, now let's look at the next one. Okay, businesses fail because of taking advice from wrong people. Businesses fail because business owners take advice from wrong people. Now let's note this very well. Alright, so if you take advice from wrong people, you are going to fail. If you take advice from wrong people, you are going to fail. So you need to take advice from right people. Okay, take advice from right people. So you will lose everything if you don't seek advice from the right people. No, you are going to lose everything if you don't take advice from the right people. So you want to start a business, you don't just go to your mom, say, Mom, I want to start a business, knowing that your mom has no idea about how the business works. Alright, so you go to expert, look for expert, talk to them, and they will give you the ideas. Alright, if you want to go into carpentry, you don't go and talk to bakers. Because bakery has nothing to do with carpentry. Alright, so you need to talk to the right people. Alright, next one, lacking good mentorship. Mentoring is really, really very, very important. Like you can see in this image here, if you have a mentor, it will save you thousands of heartaches. So the shortest cut to success is called mentoring. Okay, so be mentored and you will save hundreds of heartaches. So what you have to do is look for somebody who is already successful in the business you want to start and ask them to mentor you. Okay, ask them to mentor you, and through their mentoring you'll be able to build a very good business. Alright, so if ever you have any problem, you go to your mentors. Now, I'm sure they'll be proud, they'll be happy to mentor you and to support you until your business gets well or your business takes off. So look for mentors before you begin. Look for somebody who can really mentor you. And next one, why do most businesses fail? Lack of knowledge in the industry. Lack of knowledge in the industry. Alright, so don't get into an industry you don't have an experience or knowledge about it. Don't get into an industry your experience or knowledge you don't have experience or knowledge on how the business works. Let's assume that you want to go into pawn shop business, but you have no idea, no knowledge about how the pawn shop works. So how are you going to do it? Let's assume that you want to go into online trading. You want to trade in Bitcoin, or you want to do anything like that. And the question is, do you have enough knowledge? Do you have enough knowledge in this particular business you want to start? So don't get into an industry you don't have experience, or you don't know how things work out. Okay, so before you get in, make sure that you really study a lot, study more about how the business works. And next one, poor time management. Okay, poor management, it's very important. So day-to-day management of the business is very, very important. Day-to-day management of the business is important. All right, so setting your daily goals, setting weekly goals, monthly goals, very important. So let's assume that you are working in a company. I mean, you have weekly tasks, but daily tasks, monthly tasks. So if you are doing your own business, you have to compel yourself to set these goals. Okay, so you need to make an action plan every day. Follow through your action plan. Make proper financial planning. Very important. So how you use every single day, very important. So you don't go to work and you spend the whole day browsing Facebook when you could do some market research on how to make your business work, when you can read some articles on how to make your business work. So I mean, poor management can make your business fail. So you need to manage the business well, very important. Okay, so that brings us to the end of the introduction. So we are going to go straight into the ultimate success formula, which is section number 1. The ultimate success formula. USF, the ultimate success formula. Okay. So we are going to go into 5 steps. Okay, the first one is know your outcome. Very important. And believe you can do the business. Believe you will succeed in the business. Believe you are going to make the business work. You have to believe it. Yeah. Apart from that, you need an action plan. An action plan which you look at it, you are very sure that you are going to succeed in the business. You are not going to fail. So you need an action plan. And then step number 4, taking massive action. The magic word is massive action. So you are not going into the business and then you wake up and you do anything anyhow, but you are doing everything it takes in order to make the business work. And the last step has to do with you celebrate success or you interpret feedback. Celebrate your success. Okay, so it's like this. If you know your outcome, you believe, you have an action plan, and then you take massive action, you are either going to succeed. If you succeed, what do? You celebrate. If you fail, you don't call it failure, but you call it feedback. So what do? You look at what did not go well, and then you make a new plan in order to move on. Okay, so let's look at this image here. So step 1, know your outcome. What is my outcome? What do I want to achieve from my business? In 3 months, what do I want to achieve? In 6 months, what do I want to achieve? So you need an outcome. Step 2, you need to believe that this business is going to work out. If you can't believe, you are going to fail. So you need to believe. At least you need about 70%. About 70% belief. You need to believe 70% that this business is going to work out. You need to believe. Alright? When you believe, then you need a plan. You need to plan. Make daily plan, weekly plan, monthly plan, a plan for every 3 months, 1 year plan. So when you have a plan, then you have to follow the plan. It's called action. You take action. Okay, so in doing the action, you need habits, daily habits. Okay, so if you take massive action, what is going to happen is, I mentioned earlier, what's going to happen is what? You are going to succeed. You are going to succeed. Now, if you see this image here, in taking the action, you are going to encounter something called obstacle. But in the obstacle, if you have a mentor, the mentors become like a ladder. Okay, so this ladder is like your mentor. So when you face this obstacle here, when you face this obstacle, okay, you go through your mentor and you climb. So you are able to succeed through their coaching, through their guidance. You are able to succeed. But if you have no mentors, it gets really very difficult. For example, you are from point A. This is point A. You want to go to point number B. Okay. If you have no mentor, going is going to be like this. Your path is going to be like this. You are trying to figure out everything by yourself. Before you get here, it's going to take a very long time to get here. And the process involves stress. This process involves stress. But if you have a mentor and you are here at step 1, step A, you want to go to step B, or point A to point B, you can go through a straight line. It's like a ladder. So mentor M is here to guide you. So no stress. Why? Because your mentor has been through this path and he knows what works and what doesn't work. And he will be the one to guide you in order to avoid this kind of stress. Okay. So it's very important. If you have no mentor, no advisor, no counselor, when you see this obstacle here, now you are going to stand and hold your waist and wondering, what should I do? And in your mind you are thinking, I cannot climb this thing here, this obstacle. So you say to yourself, I have failed. I have failed. I can't move on because I have no one to guide me. Okay? So it means that your plan didn't work. Your plan did not work. Your plan did not work. So at this moment, you are thinking within your mind, okay, That brings us to step 5. So now you have to interpret this failure. You could say to yourself, I failed. I failed. I'm not going to do it anymore. Or you can call the failure, I got a feedback. So if you have your feedback, it means that the plan did not work. So in your mind, you are thinking, this process is so stressful. So your thought become your emotion. Your thought will become your emotion. So you are going to feel bad. You are going to feel bad. B-A-D. You are going to feel bad. You are going to worry. Okay. Now, your emotions become the bad feeling, become the negative feeling. And then they will tend to become your behavior. So behavior becomes a pattern. No, it becomes a pattern. So if it's a behavior, every time you go through this process, you are going to feel stressed. You are going to worry because it didn't work. Okay, so from this picture you see here, the fastest path to success is called mentoring. Okay, so you look for a mentor, somebody who can guide you. You can read all the books, go for all the seminars. Yeah, but understand this, that mentoring will save you a lot of time. It will save you a lot of time. Why? Because your mentor has gone through that path and he knows what works and what does not work. And he will be able to guide you. Now let's go a little more deeper. So know your outcome. So the question is, what problem do you want to solve with your business? And what customers specifically? Okay, so you need to have a group of customers in your mind. That is part of your outcome. Like I was explaining earlier, you don't just begin and hoping everything will fall in place. Okay, so you need to have an outcome, a particular problem you want to solve. Okay, so the question is, why do you want to start the business? Why? This is the magic word. Why do you want to start the business? Your why will determine how committed you will be to the business. So you need a very strong why. Yes, you need a very strong why. Because like I was saying, passion is connected with your why. Your passion is connected with your why. Your why becomes your driving force. Why do you want to start a business? Okay. So another question is, why must the business work? Why must it work out? Okay. So if you're thinking about why, you need to think about what you are going to gain from the business. Very important. If the business fails, what are you going to lose? Very important. Alright, so on a scale of 1 to 10, how or why do you need to build this business? On a scale of 1 to 10, how or why do you need to build this business? Okay, maybe it's a 10. If it's a 10, it means that you are going to do everything it takes to make the business work. However, if it's a 5, then if there's a problem or difficulty, you are going to quit. So you really need to have a very good why, a good reason why the business must succeed. Okay, so the first step to achieving your business goal is to know the problem you intend to solve for your customers through your business. Okay, it should be crystal clear to you. Crystal clear to you. Okay, you should be very convinced within you why you have chosen to start the business. Okay, so it should be very clear to you why this business must work out. Yeah, it should be a must. Yeah, why the business must work out. Very important. So you need to have a reason. Okay, number 2, believe you can do it. Okay, so believing you can build a great business is very important. Again, the question is, why must you build a business? Your answer to this question must be compelling enough to drive you to take more action. So your answer to this question must be compelling enough. So there's something called compelling reason. Compelling reason. Compelling reason. Let's assume that if you know if this business does not work, you are going to lose your house. What will you do? Will you sit down and lose your house? Or you are going to do everything it takes in order not to lose your house? So it's called a compelling reason. Alright, so you need a very compelling reason. You need to believe in your ability, believe that you can really make this work. Another question is, what reward will you get if this business is successful? This is where a vision board comes in. Alright, so you need a vision board for your business. Vision board. Okay, vision board. Okay, so you are going to put pictures. You are going to put your ideal business description, something that you can really see of how your business is going to look like. Okay, the reward you are going to get if this business is successful. Okay, so what reward are you going to get? So every day you focus on this reward, and this becomes your driving force, okay, to make the business work. Okay, so on the other hand, what are the consequences, okay, for failing in this business? If the business does not work out, what are the consequences? So like I was mentioning earlier, okay, let's assume that, okay, if this business doesn't work out, the bank is going to come after you and they are going to put you in jail. If you know that this is the consequences for failing the business, I'm sure that you are going to do everything it takes in order to make the business work out. Okay, so you must believe, this is the magic word, must believe you will run a successful business. You need to believe it. It's very, very important. If the mind can believe it, then you can achieve it. If you can believe it, you can achieve it. Alright? If you can't believe it, then there is no way you will achieve it. So the question is, do you believe you will succeed in this business? Do you believe you will succeed or you have success? Okay, do you believe that you will succeed or you have success in this business? Yes or no? On a scale of 1 to 10, rate yourself. What is your level of belief? Okay, so you need at least 7. Okay, so maybe if your level is 7, the question is, what need to happen for you to believe you have what it takes to run a successful business? Okay, so what needs to happen for you to believe that you have what it takes to run a successful business? Okay, so as you see here, it's just a matter of taking a scissor and cutting the teeth away. And you say to yourself, I can do this business. I can do it. So what needs to happen? Maybe you're thinking, well, maybe I don't have enough knowledge. Okay, so if the issue is you don't have enough knowledge, the question is, what will you do, or what can you do in order to have enough knowledge? Okay, so it's about changing the problem into a question. Maybe you are thinking, well, I don't have enough capital. The question is, what can you do to get a capital you need to make the business work? So what you have to do is to go look for the capital instead of sitting down and saying to yourself, I don't have. Change that thinking to a question. Say, what can I do? Immediately you begin to take action on what you can do in order to get what you are looking for to make your business work. Alright, number 3, have an action plan. You need an action plan. Okay, so you need an action plan, which when you look at it, you can say with all certainty, I'm going to succeed in this business. Yes, an action plan. Okay, so this is a step-by-step plan you will follow to run the business. Okay, so with an action plan, you will know exactly what you need to do to achieve your goal. Okay, so an action plan is like a recipe. Or let's call it like you want to prepare salad, okay, and you have a recipe. I mean, you have the recipe with you, a step-by-step written down guide on how to prepare salad. The question is, do you think if you follow that plan, that written down plan on how to prepare the salad, do you think you can prepare salad? The answer is yes. If you follow it, I'm sure that you'll be about 98% successful in making the salad. If you follow it step by step. Okay, so we are talking about step by step plan you are going to follow in order to make the business work out. Okay, so you need a proven plan. But another way to put it is like a franchise. Let's call it like 7-Eleven. Okay, if you buy the 7-Eleven franchise, the possibility of succeeding is about 90%, 98%. Or you buy like McDonald's or like Jollibee. Okay, this is a plan. It's like a franchise. So if you want your business to work out, you need an action plan. It's very important. Okay, so for example, if you set daily goals, weekly goals, monthly goals. Okay, so if you have these goals and you are going to follow them daily, Do you think you are going to succeed or you will not succeed? For sure, you are going to succeed in a business if you are going to follow through your daily, your weekly, and your monthly goals. So, like the franchise, they are written down systems you need to follow daily, weekly, monthly. You have to follow them. Okay, so if you are not going to follow them, it means that you are going to fail. But if you follow them consistently, for sure you are going to succeed. Okay, so you also write down specific actions you need to take in order to reach your goals. Specific steps you need to take in order to reach the goals. So you have the goals. No, you have the goals. And then you have action steps. What you need to do in order to achieve the goal. Okay, so what do you need to do in order to achieve the goal? Very important. So this is where using KRA and then KRIs. So we have key results areas and key results indicators. So this is the same as KPA and KPI. Okay, so you are going to need key results areas. Okay, so which area do you think you need to produce results? Which areas do you think you need to produce results? Daily, weekly, and monthly. You need to write them down. And then the indicators. How are you going to measure your success? How will you know you have achieved your results? How will you know? They are called the indicators. Okay, so the indicators will help you to know whether you have achieved your goals or not. So have you a written action plan for your business? Okay, do you have a written action plan for your business? Okay, so this is an example of an action plan. Okay, so you have your daily objectives or your weekly objectives. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on and so forth. So you write down the task. Okay, so success criteria, the time frame, and then the resources at your disposal. So the objective list of team objectives. List of the objectives. Okay, for the task, what do you need to do to achieve the objectives? Okay, success criteria. How can you identify success? And then time frame, by when you need to achieve the objective. So this is like the deadlines. So the time frame is like the deadline. Okay, so resources. What resources do you need to achieve the business? So let's assume that you are into a bakery business. All right, so number one, what's your weekly objective? Okay, maybe your weekly objective, number one, is to distribute, let's call it 1,000 pieces of bread. Distribute 1,000 pieces of bread. That's your objective. Or maybe distribute 10,000. Let's put a comma here. And the question is, what task do you need to do? Okay, so number one, you will need to bake the bread, of course. So you need to bake. Number two, what do you need to do? Okay, so go to shops. Go to shops and talk to them about the bread. Number three, what do you need to do? Maybe you need to post on Facebook to advertise in order to get more customers, and so on and so forth. So these are specific tasks you need to do. So you need to write down the task. So success criteria. Okay, so this is where the indicators come in. Okay, this is where the indicators come in. And objectives has to do with your key results areas. Okay, and then this is where the indicators come in. So how can you identify? So number one, how will you know that these objectives are achieved? Okay, so number one, maybe number one, you have talked to 1,000 maybe shops, 1,000 shops already. Number two, okay, 500 have decided, 500 decided to receive the bread. Number three, maybe 200 people have ordered the bread online on Facebook. Okay, so if this is done, it means that 500 plus 300 means that 70% of the goal is achieved. The question is by when? Okay, so maybe by th of June or by 30th of May. Okay, so it has to be scheduled, because anything which is not scheduled never gets done. So you have to put a deadline here. Okay, what resources do you have at your disposal? Okay, so you have your team. What else? Okay, you have your van. What else? Okay, you have a Facebook page, and so on and so forth. So you are going to write down the things that you are going to need in order to be able to perform the task. Okay, so this is an example of an action plan. If you are not going to follow an action plan, your business will not work out. Period. If you are not going to follow an action plan, your business will not work out. Period. If you wake up in the morning and you are going to do things anyhow, then forget about success, because it's never going to work out. So you need an action plan. If you are struggling on how to make an action plan, there are a lot of resources online, free resources. You can go to Google and type in action plan, or say bakery action plan. There are a lot of free resources you can access on Google. Okay, so these are some online tools that will help you. You can go to Smartsheet, or you can use Mind Tools. Okay, you can get a lot of things that you can use to make an action plan. Alright, if you are just a traditional person, then you can just use this kind of action plan. Okay, so you have a notebook that you write your action plan, your weekly action plan, your daily action plan, your daily goals. You set them every day. That's very, very important. Okay, let's move on. So now, what are key results areas? So key results area refer to specific areas of outcome or output. So that is the areas you expect results. The areas you expect results to emanate or to come from. So it's the areas in the business where an individual or group is logically responsible. Okay, so I was talking about the objective areas, the areas where the objective of the business, the company is connected, or the area that you are accountable to. Okay, that is called the key result area. So your key result area should be clearly written. You need to write it down. Write down your key result area. Okay, write them down. Weekly, monthly key result areas, they need to be written down. Okay, so key result indicators. So they refer to a set of quantifiable measurements used to gauge a company's overall performance. So here we are talking about measurement. We are talking about measurement. So it demonstrates how effectively a company is achieving key business objective. So this is like the measurement, how you are going to measure. Like I was talking about before. Okay, so you know you have succeeded because you have been able to talk to 500 shops and they have said that they are going to order 500 pieces of bread. So you know that, okay, this is an indicator that I have achieved. So if this is not done, then it means that you are failing already. Okay, so you need to connect the key result areas with the key result indicators. Okay, so this is a measurement of your success. Okay, a measurement of your performance. Okay, a measurement of achieving your objectives. Okay, so KPI specifically help determine the company's strategic, financial, and overall achievement. Okay, so especially compared to those of other businesses, okay, within the same sector. Okay, so here we are talking about specific things that will determine whether you are achieving your business financially, operationally, okay, strategically, and so on and so forth. Okay, so here we are making a comparison between your business and other businesses. Okay, so comparing other businesses to your business. Okay, maybe for them this is what they are doing in order to show that they are successful. Now in your own case, what is it that will show that you are successful? So these are called the KRAs, or the key results indicators. Okay, so as I mentioned, when you have the KRA and the KRIs, now you have key action that you need to take. So these are specific tasks that you will perform daily. This is the magic word. Daily within the KRAs to reach the KRI. So if you have no key actions, you don't have key actions, then there is no way you achieve the KRI. So you need to write down the specific things you need to do in order to achieve the indicators, in order to reach the objective. You need to write them down, the things that you need to do. Okay, the specific things you need to do. So you wake up in the morning, you get your notebook, you write those things you need to do that are connected with your objective. So when you go to work, you don't spend time doing some other things, okay, which are not on your list, which are not part of your key action. They are not part of your key action. You don't do them. Let's assume that you are there, your friend came, hey, let's go to the mall. You told him, okay, this is not part of my actions today, so I'm sorry, I can't go with you. So write them down. Very important. You need to write them down. Very important. So after you have written them down, you have to take massive action. Now this is the magic word. Massive. Not any action, but massive action. You have to take a massive action. If you don't take action, then nothing is going to happen. Understand this? Nothing is going to happen if you don't take action. So, after you write down the actions that need to be taken, your commitment and your passion need to drive you. Your why need to drive you to take action. So this is where habit comes in. This is another magic word. Okay, so massive habit. Why? Because habit controls action. Your habits control your action. So you need to build up habits. For example, you wake up in the morning, you know what to do. Write down your goals, write down your key actions for the day. You go to the shop, you know what to do. From 9 o'clock to 12 noon, you know what to do. Alright, from 12 noon to 3 p.m., you know what to do. From 3 p.m. to 6 p.m., you know what to do. So these are habits. So you need to build habits. Why? Because you cannot trust your will, but you can trust your habits. If you write down things you need to do and stick to them, yeah, you will do them. But if you don't write down anything and then you depend on your will, it's okay, I can do it, I'm sorry, you are going to fail. So you need to take action. Okay? Take action. Massive action. Okay. So here you have to turn your should into a must. Okay, turn your should into a must. Okay. Should. Turn it into what? A must. Okay. For example, if I say I should go to 200 shops to distribute the bread, I should go. And if I say I must go, which one sounds powerful and compelling? Okay, so must means that it's something which has to be done. Something which has to be done. So here, managing your time is very important. Because if you have a must, then it means that every other thing needs to be stopped. Okay, so negative action, negative habits will prevent you from taking action. So once you make a plan, commit to follow through. Now let's talk about negative actions or habits here. You need to build positive habits. Why? Because negative habits will prevent you. For example, browsing social media. You know you need to go to the shop to distribute the bread, but your Facebook is not leaving you. They are negative actions, negative habits. So you need to build positive habits. How do you do it? By writing them down. Write them down. Like this guy is doing, write them down. Put them on your table, stick them on the wall, and then you will know that this is what I need to do at this particular moment. So, if you find yourself not doing what you have to do, you just have to ask yourself, what is my outcome right now? So you remember, you get your book and you read what you need to do, and then you go, you do it. All right. So once you make a plan, the magic word is commit, to follow through. Okay. So know for sure that while taking action on your business, you are going to face problems or obstacles. You should know for sure. Okay. So your ability to overcome them will bring you success or failure. Okay. So there is nothing like nothing for something. So as you take massive action, it doesn't mean that you are not going to encounter any kind of obstacle. You are really going to have obstacle. Problems are going to come. All right. So like I was saying, you go through your mentors. Go through your mentors. Go through them. Okay? So your mentors are like the shortcuts to reaching your goal or reaching, overcoming the problems you need to overcome. Okay. So if that happens, you succeed or you are going to fail. But if you fail, what do? You have to turn the failure into a feedback. How do you do it? You interpret the failure. You need to interpret. Yeah. Why? Because nothing by itself has a meaning. I'm saying that again. Nothing by itself has a meaning than the meaning you choose to give it. For example, somebody's father dies, and then he goes to his mentor. So, mentor, my father has died. How old is he? 90. The mentor says, congratulations. And then he looks at his mentor and says, what? Congratulations? What do you think? I lost my father. And the mentor says, congratulations. And then he asks him, why? You want to die before your father? And he says, no. Then he says, congratulations that you have the opportunity to bury your father and not your father burying you. So now here you see that his mentor is interpreting death differently from what he is interpreting death. So death by itself makes no meaning than the meaning you choose to attach to it. Okay, somebody could die even like death in an early age, and people are worried, but somebody is happy. Why? Because he knows that this guy, if he's a Christian, he's going to heaven. Okay, so if he's going to heaven, why worry? Why be sad? Okay, so it's all about interpretation. So the meaning you attach to failure is very important. So instead of saying I have failed in my business, you can say that I have had a feedback. And feedback means that what is it that did not go well? What is it that did not go well? So there will be the need to evaluate your daily routines. The business did not work out. The question is, what have you been doing? What have you been doing? So how you use your time is very important. Okay, so what have you been doing daily, weekly, monthly? What have you been doing? Why did the business fail? So it means you have to do less of other things to have enough time to run the business. And it's something I call the time vampires. Okay, so you need to check your daily routine and kill all the time vampires, because the time vampires are not going to let your business work out. Okay, so you need to prioritize your business. You need to do what it's written on your KRA, your key actions. You need to do them. Okay, so if you're not going to do them, then you are going to fail. All right, so the question is, how disciplined are you when it comes to time management? Rate yourself from 1 to 10. When it comes to managing your time to make your business work, managing your time, rate yourself from 1 to 10. Another question is, what needs to happen for you to take more action to make your business work? Now over here, let's assume that your time management skill is just a 5. It means that you need to re-evaluate your priorities. You need to set daily goals. You need to write down to-do list, your daily acts, the daily tasks, the key tasks and everything. Write them down and commit to follow them. That's very important. You can also make use of other online resources. I'll talk about them later. So what needs to happen for you to take more action? Okay, so maybe there are some things you have been doing which are not related to your business. You need to cross them out so that you can do things that are really related to your business to make your business work out. So this is an example of a daily planner. So from morning till maybe till 7 or 8 p.m. till you close the business. You can write down from Monday to Sunday, what are you going to do on hourly basis, so that you will not find yourself doing something which is not really connected to your business. Okay, so you can use something like this to plan your day. Write down the tasks that need to be done. Right, maybe from 6 a.m. okay, you need to sit down, plan the day. Maybe 12 noon or 1 p.m. you need to go out, meet some customers. So you write down the names of the customers here. Write down the people you need to meet. Write them down, so that when it's 1 o'clock, you know exactly what you have to do. So don't just sit down aloof without any plan. I mean, daily plan or weekly plan, and just do things anyhow. If you run your business like that, the business is going to fail drastically. Okay, so these are some online tools that you can use. So you have your Google Calendar, you have Edo. This is for Android. It's also available for web. You have Cal, you have Time Blocks, Time Tree, Jot, and Business. Okay, Business Calendar, which is also for Android. So you can use any of these. If you are using something like a smartphone, then you can use any of these online resources. But better still, you have a notebook that you can write down, or you want to use this online, it's up to you. But you really need some planning. I mean, daily plan, weekly plan for your business in order to succeed. It's very important. So Again, the question is, what are you going to do each day to make your business successful? You need to write them down. What is it? What is it that you are going to do every day in order to make this business work out? Write them down. Write them down. Okay, remember, it is about what you do daily. What you do on daily basis that is going to make your business successful. The magic word is daily. Because you don't become what you do sometime, but you become what you do on daily basis. Okay, so your daily task, your daily assignment, your daily routine, so far as your business is concerned, is very important. So, if you are not going to take massive action every day on your business, then the business is going to fail. Alright, so you need to do it. So the question is, the next thing is, you have to do something about your business every single day. The magic word, every single day. The magic phrase. Okay, so you have to finish every task assigned for the day without postponing. You need to finish every task assigned for the day. Finish every task assigned for the day. You need to finish every task. Okay, so it means that you have to write down your daily task and then commit to it, finish it, do it. You have to do it. Very important. So when all this is done, you have to celebrate. If you fail, then you have to interpret. And now you call it, you got a feedback. So celebrate if you are able to achieve your goal. If you are a student, if you are able to write an outstanding thesis, if you're a business person, if you are able to achieve your goal, your income goal, your sales goal, if you are able to achieve it, awesome. What you have to do is to celebrate. On the other hand, if you reach a feedback, it means there is something wrong with your plan. So go back to your plan. If ever you failed, would you call it feedback? Then it means that there's something wrong with the plan you use. So what you have to do is to re-evaluate the plan and retake more action to make the business work. Okay, so re-evaluate and retake more action. So you don't have to repeat the wrong things you did. Okay, because there's a definition for insanity. The definition for insanity is doing the same thing over and over, hoping to get a different result. So you can succeed by doing the same thing over and over, hoping to get a positive result. That is called insanity. Alright, so what do you do? If you get a feedback, the magic word is re-evaluate. Evaluate the plan which did not work out and change the plan. Okay. So at this stage, if you failed in your business, you are thinking about what went wrong. You might be making mental pictures of what went wrong. So as you think about it, you interpret. The magic word is interpret. And attach meaning to it. So whatever interpretation it is, it creates your emotion. Yeah, people failed in business and they go crazy. Yeah, but others failed 1,000 times and they succeed after. So, what's the difference? The difference is interpretation, the magic word. How you interpret failure. You can call it failure or you can call it feedback. If it is feedback, it means that you can change your plan and take more action, massive action, in order to achieve your goal. So, this is where most people quit. They don't continue with their business. Why? Because they don't interpret the failure correctly. Let's assume you got this one. Your face could look like this. Or you can say to yourself, this is feedback. What is it that I can do differently? So you go back to your plan, you change the plan, you modify the plan based on expert advice, and then you take more action again. And then when you take more action, you are going to succeed. So the interpretation or the meaning will create fear. Now, if you interpret it wrongly, you are going to have fear. But if you interpret it correctly, then you are going to get courage to take action again. So the interpretation will either give you fear or you get courage. Okay, so your emotions will then create your behavior toward your business. So you have negative emotion. Now, if your interpretation is based on fear, if your interpretation is based on worry, then you are going to have a negative emotion. And this is going to create your reality, which is your behavior toward any kind of business you start. And you are going to think, I'm going to fail again. So you need to attach a positive meaning. Interpret it well. Now your behavior will be to quit, do the same thing again, or reuse another plan. Now the better option is, if the business does not work out for the first time, what you have to do is to use another plan, a proven plan, a proven recipe. And then when you use a proven recipe, there is no way you are not going to succeed. So someone once said, in every career of business, the fastest way to succeed is to use a method, a strategy, a proven strategy. A proven strategy here means that a method which has been used by successful people. Model successful people, learn from successful people. If you are going to do what they do, then there is no way you are not going to succeed. Alright, so this brings me to the end of section 1 of our course. So now let's look at the conclusion. And the conclusion here is, over 90% of all business startups fail. So what do you have to do? Know why those businesses fail, and do everything you can not to follow the same path. Because if you follow the same path, you are going to fail. Number 2, avoid the pitfalls. Avoid the pitfall. Don't do that same mistakes. And number 3, master the ultimate success formula. Now, in the ultimate success formula, we said, number one, know your outcome. Know your outcome. Right? About number two, do you still remember? Number two is believe. You can do it. Believe. You can do it. Believe. You can run a good business. Believe or believe. Number three, what do you have to do? After you have your outcome, you believe. The next one is to have a plan. Proven plan. Proven plan. Not just any plan, but a proven plan. A plan that when you look at it, you know you are going to succeed. And number four, you have to take massive action. Action or habit. Build habits. Very important. Action. The last one is celebrate or interpret feedback. Celebrate or interpret feedback. Okay, so celebrate or interpret feedback. All right, so that brings me to the end of section 1. So in another video, I'm going to teach section 2, what has to do with writing the summary of the business plan. So I encourage you subscribe to my channel so that you can get all these materials I'm sharing for free. All right, subscribe and then be sure to click the notification bell so that every time I upload a new video, you'll be notified. Okay, so the next lesson, like I said, is going to be writing the summary. All right, so wait for the next lesson. Okay, thank you for watching. This is Dr. Yoman. I'm signing out now. See you again in the next video. All right, God bless. Bye-bye.